Hi, hello, Simsaroni here, and welcome to a tiny home speed build. This is the barn. It is a 4x6 gridded living space. There is a studio, main living area, and then a separate bathroom. I'm redoing this opening because I really hated the original one. I was just like, it is, and I hate it. Yeah, it was awful. But yeah, now we're going to jump back into the other audio that I recorded already. And yeah, also I forgot to mention, but I'm moving at the minute. So for the next month or two, first month is while I'm getting packed up, moved. Second month is while I'm waiting for internet to get connected. Things might be patchy, but I'm going to try my best and get some stuff recorded. Like I said, back into the old recording now, where it wasn't too terrible, I hope. And it is very like autumn or fall themed inside. It is very warm and there's a lot of browns and some orange, and like it's nice. Like I really like it, and I hope you all do too. I actually, because like before, I think I've said that I don't have Jungle Adventures, and I've recently got it, and I actually really like the kitchen stuff from it. I didn't want to do the whole kitchen, like just a set basically, because I wanted it to be different, but none of the fridges really worked for me. So we have a Jungle Adventures kitchen, like we just do. And going into this, I never actually originally planned for it to be quite autumn fall themed. It just kind of happened. It was when I started with the wood tones, and then I started playing around with some warmer colours later on, and I was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm making it very autumny. I think it was when I found a wreath. When I was looking through decorations, I found like an autumn wreath, and I was like, oh, okay, really like this. I went with that. The barn thing was pretty last minute as well, actually. I was just looking up some inspiration online, and it was originally just going to be like a little rustic cabin. That was what I was going to go for, and it turned into a barn. So you're welcome. I don't know. But the bathroom is pretty tight. It works. It all works. Everything in here has been play tested by my lovely little playtest sim here. Don't know her name. I can't remember her name. She was just a randomly generated sim. I think she's really pretty though. But yeah, okay, we're here about the build, not the test sim. But yeah, the bathroom is simple, but I like it. You know, like what can you do in a tiny build, really? I mean, I guess I could have done more, but I would have eaten up more living space, and I definitely don't want that. Oh yeah, so I was playing around with some wreaths, and that's when I was like, oh, okay. I really struggled with the wallpaper actually, because I didn't want it to be all wood, but I couldn't find a good way of separating it. But I ended up going with like most of the walls being the wood planks, and then one wall being the orange, and I got really annoyed because I was like, wood flooring, like that's the go-to, wood flooring, and I hated it because I was like, everything's brown, everything's wood, why do I want more wood in my house? And then I was like, stone. I used to do this in The Sims 3 a lot, especially in my bathrooms. I would have stone flooring in my bathrooms, which I've also used the same stone flooring from the main build in the bathroom as well, because I was like, it's a tiny home. Like, would you really go out and, like, if you were building this, would you go out and buy like a whole new flooring just for this tiny room? Also, my cats are screaming behind my door, so if you can hear that, just ignore it. They're being needy right now. I've just woken up, so they're like, good, the humans are awake to play with. But yeah, then I started on with some little decorations and such, and I was so happy with how it turned out. I was like, I'm going to put like flowers everywhere, because I want it to be very like naturey. Like, it's not just like, you know, it's like a barn outside and inside is very autumny. So I was like, I want it to be natured and I want it to be decorated. Like, I really want it to be decorated. I was like, it's a small build. It's mostly brown, and I want it to be decorated though. Like, just because you're living in a small space doesn't mean it should be blank, obviously. Like, if you're doing like a modern build, fair enough, but I wouldn't really call this a modern build. And yeah, like, I really love the dustpan and brush, like, by the plants, and have I already put it in? I put in a little umbrella stand with the plants as well, and I had so much fun, and it was, I don't know, I really love this build. Like, at first I was like, I'm going to do a tiny home. I like doing tiny homes. It's something new to me, and I love to explore that. But then it got to the point where I was just like, yes, like, this is everything for me. The only thing is, I'm not really a person that plays in tiny builds. Like, I don't know. Like, My playstyle's more like legacy challenge kind of thing. Like you start from like nothing and you build your way up and live in a like, massive mansion. Although to be fair, when I play The Sims, something's always got to go wrong. I have this thing where like no one can ever be happy. I don't know what it is. I'll have this like lovely cute couple and they'll have like this adorable child, and then I'll be like, but what if someone cheats on someone? What if they find out and cheat on someone else in return, and then someone mysteriously dies? It's like, I don't know. I have problems. Like, no one can ever be happy in my Sims playthroughs, and that's something that I haven't really shown much on my channel. But to be fair, I haven't really done any Sims Let's Plays on it, so I guess there hasn't been much opportunity for that. But I don't know if that's what anyone would really want to see anyway, because like I feel like people get annoyed when your Sims are always miserable, unless the whole point is to like make them sad. I don't know. But yeah, with the build, oh yeah, I had loads of fun. When I was playtesting it out, I kept getting vampires just turn up. Like, I had two. I had Lilith and Caleb turn up, and I was just like, oh well, thanks. Can you just leave? Because I'm busy building and I don't want you just stood there. So thanks, guys. But then it's back inside to do some lighting and some final decorations. When I was doing the lighting, I realised I didn't really want loads of like hanging lights. I only wanted the one ceiling light. And I wanted to put a light at the end of the bed. And the standing light with a plant just didn't fit. So I ended up giving them a little table at the end of the bed. And I think it worked out really nice. I've got some sunflowers on there. And I think it's so cute. Also, another thing that I really like is like the herbs above the sink. The little plaque with the orange art on it, like by the bed. Like, I love the mat at the door, like the little autumn mat. Like, I love it. Like, I love it so much. Like, who doesn't love an autumn build? Like, really though. Like, it's so nice and cozy and warm, and like, oh, do you know, I just want to like sit in there and like just chill and forget. All right, okay. But then I get on a landscaping, and like I said before, my black and white build, I don't do landscaping. Like, with my black and white one, I spent 2.5 hours on it and I made it work. I had a fenced in area and I had an idea of how to do it. And I had ideas for this. I was like thinking maybe a little garden patch or something like that. Like, I wanted like a little sitting area outside that wasn't anything like too formal, just like a bench, maybe a fire pit, things like that. And I couldn't. I don't know what it was. Like, I just couldn't. I struggled so bad with this landscaping. I didn't want to be fenced in. So I had to make it look like, I don't know. But then I'm worried about like overdoing it. So I was like, I don't want to put too many things. And oh, I don't know. It was a whole mess. And if anyone can give me any general suggestions on what can make my life easier with foliage in this game, that would be appreciated, because like I just can't. I just couldn't with this build. Like, it's the main thing like that really upset me about this build. I absolutely love the exterior. Well, the exterior of the build. I love the interior of the build. I hate the landscape. Well, I don't hate the landscaping. I made it look okay for me. Like, but it's something that I'm gonna have to grow on. I don't know. I didn't like it, and like I played around with the terrain a lot. The terrain paints a lot. I don't do terrain. I do not do terrain. Like, I do not do terrain. That is a thing that I've never done, because I can't make it look anything. I'm like, oh, I'll build a hill. Why is there a mountain in the middle of my yard? I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm absolutely trash at it. So yeah, there's probably, at least not for a very long time, going to not be any terrain usage on my builds. So sorry if that's something that you like, but I guess that's just how it is. And yeah, I played around with the terrain paints a lot, like made it quite a muddy exterior with some like stones in the ground for support for the actual house and things like that, you know, trying to think of realism. But now we're up to the pictures, so I'll just let this video play out with some music, and I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know what your favourite part is. Give me any suggestions and tips on either landscaping or my next build. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!